wish you could see the state I'm in. Stressed out, broke down, stuck in my thoughts. When you answer my phone calls.
So are there any cultural shocks? Like what things took place that you didn't even know about, that you weren't ready for? Like
I would say the main thing, and this could be specific for us, but I feel like the biggest thing was, if you don't like something, if it's your uncle or your aunt or your grandparent or your mom or your dad, and you don't like it, really, like, you don't, you can't say,
you don't voice it.
I'm not fooling with that, I don't like that. And with me, I've always been let's talk about it.
Yes.
If my mom was to tell me, you can't do this, you can't do that, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
What did I do
always
to where?
Been like...
So I'm questioning everything, and if you denying what I want and you don't have a solid reason why, I'm gonna keep asking. I'm gonna keep, or if you did something I didn't like, hey, I don't like that, But with them, it's like, yeah, you can say I don't like that, but if it's like it's shut down, you know. And also I can say that his mom and dad and stuff like that are they're traditional Afghans, but they're not. They also understand that your kids
things
are
different.
Yeah,
things are different.
So I can say, like, as a whole, as a bride, the fact that you treat your parents with respect in our family, but you also are able to tell them, hey, I don't like that. And it's like they'll be like, oh, okay, like they'll listen. But with them, it's like, but I said no, and you kind of just leave it at that. Or the whole thing with the, like, when you have sons and you have daughters, your daughter, traditionally, she gonna be the one that's doing stuff, helping clean up and stuff like that. And for me, I was like, if your room dirty, you clean your room up. I'm not cleaning your room,
right.
But that's just, cultural.
Yeah.
It's different,
And do you both, like, kind of budge with each other? Do you learn how to budge?
We definitely meet in the middle. I can say, so my husband pays all the bills, right? Yeah. I stay home, I cook and clean, take care of the kids and stuff like that. Which is not just Muslim, Islam, not just Afghan, stuff like that. That's tradition. Generally, that's how it was. The wife stay at home, take care of the kids, mind you. So I remember one night, he had asked me to make some cookies. Mind you, I didn't cook dinner already. I didn't clean up. I didn't do the laundry. I'm taking care of the kids all the time. So I was like, you go put the cookies in there. You the dude that make the cookies. So he was like, well, I paid the bills. I looked at him like, now you messed up, right? Like that menace to society, you messed up, right? Like that's how I was looking. And I said, oh, sorry, I didn't know we were in the 1930s. I thought that this was a partnership. And he was like, oh man, because that's how I am. I've always been like that. And I told him when we first met, I'm argumentative. I do not just take stuff and run it.
I think he likes that about you, though.
Yeah, got to, because he wouldn't be here still. So I was like, oh, I'm sorry, 1930s man. I didn't know. I kept calling him that the whole rest of the night, 1930s man. So,
and he's the chillest,
he's real laid back, non-confrontational.
Yes.
I do all the confronting. So I ended up doing the cookies anyway, but I just had to get my point across. I'm not doing these cookies because you told me to. I'm doing it because I want to.
Right, period. And I might want
just because you paid, I said, oh, so do I gotta go get the jobs for you to make the cookies? He was like, no, just calm down. Like, here she go. All I said was make the cookies,
So with everything that you went through, and getting to the point of having children, because this is another question too, because your babies, are living in this world, and you know how the world is.
Oh yeah.
How with society today, how do you feel that your children will be received in regards to your family's cultural dynamic?
Okay, I was going back and forth with they're Muslim, right? They're black and they're Afghan. Now, you hear all the time about troops in Afghanistan, and how bad it was, and how sometimes when I say that my husband is Afghan, people look at me like, oh. I had even someone ask me, am I scared of him? And I'm like, why would I be scared of him? That's weird. But I can see how somebody like a white girl with a black boyfriend. Are you scared of him or something like that? So it's like my kids are both of those, plus they're Muslim. So it's like they have a few things that can hold them back in life, but also they don't look like a traditionally black person. And we all know that when you're lighter or you look like something else in the society, you might have a different, you know, my daughter might not experience, and I can say living in Nashville, I have not experienced a whole lot of racism.
Yeah, that's true.
But what I can say is my daughter's experience might be different from mine. But then again, my daughter is going to be hijabi. Yeah. So she's going to be a hijabi Muslim girl. And when you see a hijabi girl, you know she's Muslim, you know?
So with hijabi, what does that?
So when you wrap your hair, like my hair right now, this is a turban.
Gotcha.
But it could also classify as having a hijab on, you know, covering your hair. Wow. She's going to do that. Gotcha. So I think sometimes I hope she's not targeted. I hope somebody's not going to pull it off at school, because kids can be, especially when you don't know what you're doing. Like my sister has pulled off a hijab from a girl when she was like 7 or something, and they whole family came outside about ready to rumble, but she did not know the significance of it. So it's like, well, I think I've already said my kids are gonna go to Islamic school from like kindergarten to 5th grade maybe. But once they are in public school, I think about are they gonna pull her hijab off? Are they gonna make fun of her because she has a hijab? But then again, she has a brother who's darn near the same age.
And ain't gonna play with her.
Ain't gonna play with her. Ain't gonna play. I already know. I'm gonna raise my kids to stand up for themselves. Because one thing about me, I had people try to bully me, but baby, you can't bully me. And I'm gonna raise my kids the same way. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You know, even if people laugh along with them, can't nobody tell you nothing. If you a hijabi girl, baby, listen, be proud of that. Cause my thing is, what are you so mad for? You mad cause you can't see my hair? That don't make no sense.
Your problem?
You know, that's your
what's
problem.
Your issue?
Like what they say, that sounds like a you problem.
That's a you problem.
Know? So I just plan on raising my kids to know that they need to be proud. Your mama black. Don't be ashamed of that. Your dad is African. Don't be ashamed of that. You know, it's like, I feel like those some of the main things that I be thinking about with my kids in this society. But like I said, we live in Nashville. It's really diverse out here.
It is now, and it's a lot more diverse than I think they even like. Because you know, Nashville, you know, they wanted it to be country music city and cowboy boots, but now the dynamic of Nashville is completely different.
And a lot of people ain't going to say nothing to you unless they got a crowd with them, but that's very rare.
They're very polite.
It is up until
racists.
Yeah, it's up until now with the Trump thing that you kind of see more of it, but generally, I live in Brentwood, so I see dudes with pickup trucks and Trump flags all the time. But if I see him at Target, you think he gonna say something to me? He not. I can guarantee you.
Period.
That's just that.
Because I'm on the way. You hear me?
And everybody else too. Listen. We ain't never. You may see us alone at first, but I promise you, they all gonna come out.
Family, we rise together, baby.
Period.
So with that being said, if your children came to you and was like, Mama, I don't want to be Muslim. Like, how would you handle that? Like, how would you feel? How would that conversation be with you and your better?
Well, I feel like with him, he probably would not be trying to hear it. Yeah. Because he was born Muslim, raised Muslim, all that stuff. He probably wouldn't be trying to hear it. But me, I've always been open to. I've always said that I want my kids to be able to come to me and tell me anything. Now, in a perfect world, raising them, they wouldn't think that. They wouldn't come to me with that. But if they ever did, I would just, ask them why. Like, what made you come to this conclusion? Like, are you sure? If anything, I'd probably say what made you, because I know, for one, what made me start questioning my religion a little bit, it was what I was seeing around me. Of course, that wasn't the ultimate reason why I was raised. It was part of it. So I would, of course, want to know, was it something that I did? Was it something your dad did? Was it something you saw? Because if that's the case, then I can let you know that that's not the end all be all. Just because that person did that doesn't mean that you need to change your religion. But then again, I would just have a conversation with them, because that's what it's about.
Open dialogue.
Right, because I don't want to be like, no.
Because we all have different experiences in life, and I wish I could have went to really had that conversation with my mom and say, Mama, I ain't Christian no more. But you know, it gets rough, especially when, you know, people are raised a certain way and they think a certain way. And,
Exactly.
you know, it's hard.
Yeah,
but
and it's good to be, when you have kids, you gotta remember how you felt when your parents did something or said something to you that you didn't agree with and you felt like you couldn't come to them. I feel like there's been times where something has happened between me and my mama or something like that, and I was scared to go to her because I didn't know what she was gonna say. Eventually I did, because like I said, I'm argumentative. I always, you know, but eventually I did.
But I mean, you did it from your
feeling,
mom.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, how can you be mad at me when I'm
like your mom was a rebel, like.
Yeah. And then I even tell, girl, I didn't do half the stuff you did, so I'm basically I'm the best child. Like, yeah. But me thinking stuff like that, when I was a kid, I want to be able to be open to my kids.
So, I want to know, like, what advice would you give to a young lady that's looking to convert? And also, if there was a message that you could give or go back to your younger self, what would it be?
Okay, so if a girl was looking to revert, first of all, I'd say do your research. For one.
Yeah.
Also, don't, because it's like, of course, my husband being Muslim was a part of it. In my case, it was more so I was already interested, and since he was already Muslim, I was like, oh,
it kind of helped to find
there you go. But for a girl who maybe is like her partner isn't Muslim, I would say if he talks you out of it, if that's something that you want to do it. And if he's not around after you do it, then he was not the person you were supposed to be with anyway. So I would say just do your research, and if that's something you want to do, don't let anybody talk you out of it, because then you would resent it. You would be resentful. Advice that I would give to myself,
the younger you,
I would say, girl, like, first of all, because meeting him and how we've grown together, it's like it's like the frogs, the toads that you meet before you. Now I ain't gonna say he was a prince.
Well, he was an evolving,
but he was
evolving.
Yeah,
prince.
we are able to grow with each other. I can tell him something I don't like, and I bet you he gonna fix it. You know. But from the past people that I call myself in a relationship with, I would tell my younger self, I mean, I kind of already did live by that, you know, that this ain't the end all be all. But I would tell myself not to let these people make you feel like you are obligated to them. Or if you don't like something, that you have to just deal with it. Because you don't. You can leave. Even if it's a minor inconvenience. If you don't like it and you feel like they are not going to change, just move on.
Wow.
And my thing was, when I was younger, I thought that the person I was with was going to be who I was with
for the rest
of my life. So I'm moving like as if this is going to be the man I marry. But in reality, that's not it. So I would say to my younger self, don't get too attached to someone who's not meeting your needs. You know?
You better.
Like, that's it.
And this goes, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to include this. This goes for family, friends, relationships. Listen, if you are unhappy, if somebody is not meeting the standard that you have for yourself, remove them. Move around. You are a co-creator of your own life. Do you hear me? So go after what you want to go after for your life. That's like that video that Osman was saying. Like, be around people that got the same mindset that you have. Arista, this video was powerful. And I'm so happy that we got a chance to do this interview. I've been waiting on this interview. We're going to do a lot more work.
Yeah, I was sure going to say, listen,
this is not
we can elaborate.
No, seriously, because I want you on my show consistently. You know, I'm excited, y'all. I cannot wait to release this video. I just want to encourage anybody out there that is looking to do something different outside of the norm of what, you know, their family expects from them, or, you know, even trying to get to know yourself and understanding who you are. Walk into who you are. Love who you are, embrace who you are, and figure out who you are outside of the opinions of others.
Right.
Because, and also even your own opinion that you've actually built off of the opinions of others. Find out who you are internally. To all my beautiful evolutionary manifestors, keep working, keep evolving and keep transforming into the person that you were designed to be. And so tell them where they can follow you.
Oh, you can follow me on Instagram at ABWavy. It'll be under here.
It will. Make sure you follow her. I love you, you all. Thank you for watching my video. Ashe.